Let's boot it up.
www.kfmx.com.
All right, now listen up.
94.5 KFMX FM, Lubbock's rock station.
A Loudwire radio station.
Lubbock's rock station, 94.5 FMX. This is Lubbock's juiciest morning show, The Rock Show.
Squeeze us. Give it a try. Go ahead. You'll like what you get.
You know you want it.
It's The Rock Show.
All right, we got to manly it up here with some men's junk.
That's what we're doing here, yeah.
What do we got?
Match.com did a survey and asked members to describe what they find most attractive about the opposite sex.
Most attractive about the opposite sex.
Yep.
You know, I just like a woman who really takes care of herself. And I've seen some BBWs who do a fantastic job at that. Mm-hmm. And some beautiful women who do a lousy job at that. I mean, space beautiful women.
Exactly.
So I wonder if that even charted. Let's see.
No. According to the survey, guys want a woman with blue eyes, long, dark brown hair, with a strategically placed tattoo.
Wait. Blue eyes and dark hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a strategically placed tattoo.
Yeah.
And spends her free time swimming.
That's bizarre.
It is. Now, luckily...
You know, because I cannot bring one up in my brain right now.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Luckily, though,
according
to the ladies, they want a guy with short, dark brown hair, blue eyes, a dad bod, and a dog. Okay. Dad bod. Dad bod's making it.
There you go. The dad bod's a thing now.
Yeah, we're, if only...
They can't run off because they get out of breath.
Yeah, I think we've achieved dad bod status.
I'm there.
Lay at Lowe's.
710 high today of 94. I realize we can be a little obnoxious.
Who, us?
Yes, it can happen on occasion.
What?
It's a rarity.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
We're just loudly awesome.
Still, on our worst day, we are not as obnoxious as Cowboys fans are today.
Why today? Oh, because they won one.
Yes, which means you've got...
One. That's one.
That's one.
15 more.
It's an uno. That's all it is.
That's all it means.
And I mean, I'm very, very happy for you guys. And it's awesome. It was a great come from behind thing and everything. But once again, it's
just one.
Just one.
Music in the morning. This is The Rock Show on FMX.
Lubbock's biggest rock is on FMX.
Breaking Benjamin. Angels Fall.
It's The Rock Show, 94.5 FMX.
Time for some news, whole news. What do you have for me today?
I have the news that everybody out there, basically most of your life, including your mom, was wrong.
Okay, here we go. What do we got?
Making your bed can be bad for you.
How is that?
Because you know those little dust mites that eat all your dead skin and stuff?
Oh, God, you're going to give everybody the creepy crawlies all day long, aren't you?
Okay, first of all, everybody has them.
Everybody has dust mites. I don't. I'm a very cleanly individual.
Doesn't matter.
I Purell my sack.
Doesn't matter.
What?
They're not sack mites.
They're not sack mites.
They're dust mites.
You know, I wonder if there is some kind of case system with mites to where the good mites go to your head and the bad mites go to your...
You talking about the mites that have been bad and are being punished?
Yeah, you have to go down there on
Sorry,
him.
Carl.
Yeah, you're a butt mite from here on out.
You're a butt mite today, man.
All right. No, tell me more about the mites.
Thing is, when you make your bed
and
cover up where you slept, where the mites were,
right,
then they can still live.
Basically, you've made a honeymoon suite for mites.
Absolutely. When you don't make your bed and they're exposed to the air, they don't live.
There you go. That's all the mite news that you might need right here on The Rock Show.
Wah, wah, wah.
It's The Rock Show.
Little 90s. It's another one of those hot as Hades week, and rain chances limited. Meteorologist Ron Roberts for
Okay then, Ron.
All right
then. It's hot as Hades is what it is.
What he said.
I've come to the conclusion that the internet wants me to watch Longmire.
What's that?
I don't want to watch Longmire, but every website I go to wants me to watch Longmire.
First of all, crappy name for a show.
Yeah, I don't know what Longmire is. I don't want it.
That's the new Seymour Butts series.
Okay, that's who it is. It's Pink Floyd on The Rock Show. Your show and tell coming up on FMX.
Lubbock's rock station.
You kick ass, Lubbock!
FMX.
It's the Rock Show, 94.5 FMX.
Time for Rock Show and Tell. What'd you bring this morning?
Had one of my longer excursions.
All right.
On my weekend adventures with the 5K.
Now, you flew to Maine.
Yeah, which is about as far away from Lubbock as you can get in the continental United States.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the longest flight.
Hey, you know what? You're rocking the geography this morning, my friend.
And in fact, this coming weekend, I'm back in Maine, but I'm further north in Bangor.
Well, some of us wish you would have stayed gone, but that's okay.
You know, they should have just kept me there the whole week. It's probably cheaper than flying me back and forth.
Yeah, what did you say? 10 hours in the air? 11 hours in the air?
It was an 11-hour day.
Wow.
I started with my first flight at 8 o'clock in the morning, so obviously I had to be at the airport by 7.
Right.
And I didn't land until 8 o'clock at night in Maine.
Wow.
So it was airplanes and airports for 12 hours, 11 hours.
All right, well, tell me more about the Maniacs.
Well, what happened was the morning, since I was leaving so early,
Yeah?
I was making sure I had everything.
Uh-huh.
And the one thing I didn't have is like my little airplane pillow, right?
You have your own airplane pillow.
I got my airplane pillow.
Okay.
It's one of them neck thingies.
Yes.
But mine's reversible, and you can turn it into just like a tube pillow. So, anyways, I usually carry that. I didn't have that, and then I realized when I was on the 3.5-hour flight in the middle seat, the reason it was bad that I forgot this pillow.
Yeah?
Because it has a little zipper pocket on it, and that's where I keep my earphones to listen to my music.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Xanax. You went with the earphones, though.
Yeah, no, Xanax I had. Xanax was in the backpack.
Yeah.
But the earphones, and I was like, I can't listen to music or nothing, and I can't lean over this way because there's a guy there, and I can't go this way because there's a guy there, and I can't sleep forward because there's a seat in front of me. I had to sit up straight with nothing to do for 3.5 hours.
And you know, you could have been listening to FMX on Radio Pup. That's what I'm saying.
The Wi-Fi's not that good.
Oh, it's not that good.
It's not that good.
Here is the deal here. I have come to this conclusion, and you can read all about it on the interweb.
Yeah.
I got a nice story for you there at kfmx.com. Donald Trump is that party guest who will not leave at the end of the night.
Yep.
At the beginning of the night, he comes in and he's like, the party was all boring and everything. And he comes in and he's all loud and obnoxious. And everybody's like, all right, this party's rocking. And as the night gets longer, you kind of go, I wish this guy would go home.
I actually see him more as the guy that you're at a party. People are having a good time. They're shotgunning beers.
Yeah.
They're doing shots. Maybe they're doing keg stands. And Trump comes in and he goes, watch me light this firecracker.
And then everything goes wrong.
Yeah,
he actually called somebody ugly the other day.
Oh, he does
That's
that all
one
the
of
time.
those drunk things. You know, it's like, listen, man, I love you, man. I love you, but you're ugly.
No, you know what's even worse than that is he called this other lady ugly.
Yeah.
At the same time, he's talking about how hot his daughter is and he would date her.
Like I said, creepy guy at the party.
Yep.
The Rock Show.
Subway. Eat fresh.
High today of 94. Really nice out there right now. 70 degrees. Almost shitty weather.
I know.
Like you said. And I said shouldy. I didn't say the word that sounds like that.
No, shouldy.
That is heathen's words for shorts and hoods.
Yeah, so when you know it's going to be hot enough later in the day, you're going to wear shorts, but it's just cool enough in the morning. Well, you want your hoodie on.
That is my favorite kind of weather, shouldy weather. Sucks to be you coming up.
FMX.
Okay, new rule. Only 5 Canadians allowed in the U.S. at a time.
The Rock Show on 94.5 FMX.
There goes the bell.
It's the Rock Show, 94.5 FMX.
It is time for the Rock Show's patented Sucks to Be You, brought to you by the Freaky Tiki Tavern, featuring Eddie De Niro this Saturday night. And if you're not there, then it sucks to be you.
Sucks to be a 46-year-old farmer in India.
Okay, what are we going to call him?
We'll call him Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce, since it's in India. That
Right.
makes a lot of sense. Let's go with that.
Bruce went out into the fields, and he's like, I got to make the pea water.
I got to make the pea water in the field. Why not? It's your field. I feel the same way about my backyard every once in a while.
Absolutely. So he whipped it out and started peeing,
Okay.
which is when a venomous snake bit him on the junk.
Okay.
Venomous.
Get him in the twig or the giggleberries?
Right on the twig,
Oh, no.
which was then.
Must be a nice sized twig for the snake to be so precise.
Well, fortunately, it also swelled up to enormous sizes after the bite. because of the venom and the
Do you
poison.
think it's possible the snake thought it was another snake and just, hey, how you doing?
I don't know. Do snake eat other snakes? Because I figure one snake could look at another one and go, my stomach's not that long.
Yeah. Okay, then. All right, so Bruce, the Indian farmer, it sucks to be you.
The Rock Show.
At Boar's Head, we follow a certain set of rules when it comes to smoking ham. Our most important details.
Hi, today of 94. Let's talk about something that we are uniquely unqualified to talk about, and that would be Texas Tech football.
Oh, yeah, we're really bad at that.
A big win over UTEP this weekend. Guys look kind of sharp on the game, on the ball.
I should hope so. It's UTEP.
I haven't really heard what the coach thought about it or not, but I do know that this week we traveled to Arkansas. Oh, man.
Well, the past few years, Arkansas hasn't really been worth a damn.
Well, here is the deal. Neither have we.
Yeah.
And that was what I was getting to here is I was trying to figure out what TV channel it is.
Yeah.
And I figured out something here. You can tell how good your team is by where you're at on the TV dial.
Oh, yeah.
And so far, our games are still being broadcast somewhere in the 700s on the cable systems.
Yeah, like you have to pay super extra for, like, Fox Sports West Texas, this county. Like, they have so many channels.
You're not a good team unless you get in the single digits on the TV stations.
Basically, if the channel that you have to tell people to watch the game on has more than 3 letters,
yeah,
you're doing it wrong.
If it's got enough letters to be part of a boggle answer,
yeah,
you're not getting it right there.
If they got to tell you which part of the country it is,
yeah,
no.
It's Judas Priest on The Rock Show.
Frequency.
The Rock Show on 94.5 FMX.
Lubbock's Rock Station, 94.5 FMX. Welcome to the locally owned but nationally known Rock Show.
We love you. We really do. We love all of you out there so much. We just want to reach around and jiggle that sack a little bit.
You know, I need a moist wipe after that, my friend.
It's The Rock Show.
Well, look at this. We got more athletic news from the Sportatorium. I should mention that our digital guy, Justin, did an exemplary job of capturing photos from the Tech game. You can check that out on the website. Now, what do you have for us today?
Well, this comes to us since it is football season. We talk a lot of football.
Oh, you bet.
Comes to us from Kansas State, who were unfortunately fined $5,000.
$5,000. What is that in college football? That's a drip.
No, it really is. It's just a little bit of drip. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
But Kansas State are the Wildcats.
Right.
Main rival is Kansas.
Right.
Who are the Jayhawks.
The Jayhawks. Okay.
And during halftime, the marching band was making formations. At one point, that made it look like the Kansas Jayhawk was eating a wang.
Eating a wang. They were eating a small Asian first. What? No?
A wiener. A schmeckle.
That is the dong, my friend.
They quickly made a formation that made it look like the Jayhawk was eating a dong, and then they moved on to whatever's next. But it doesn't go by that quick in marching band.
No, those guys just don't scurry about that fast.
No, they really don't. So it was caught.
Yeah, okay, $5,000 for that. It was worth every penny.
Absolutely.
409.
94 for a high today, 92 for a high tomorrow. Unfortunately, that break in the weather doesn't happen until Saturday.
Oh, man.
Saturday, a high of 81 and some scattered thunderstorms. This is the Foo Fighters.
Music in the morning. This is The Rock Show on FMX.
The Rock Station. Playing the rock you want to hear.
Disturbed, the vengeful one.
It's The Rock Show, 94.5 FMX.
Disturbed and the Vengeful One. Time for some whole news. What do you have for us?
A guy named Paul Kelly.
Right.
Is a researcher at Oxford Universities.
All right. Well, good for Paul.
Yeah, it's a part of his Sleep and Circadian Neuroscience Institute.
Okay.
Studies sleep and stuff.
Okay, that would be sleep patterns is what we're talking about
Right,
here.
the circadian rhythms, the natural rhythms that human beings have compared to the sun being up and that kind of stuff.
So this is accepted as a thing.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
It is science, is
All
what
right.
we like to call it.
Okay.
And he says that due to the sun patterns and sleep rhythms, workdays should not start until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Because normal hours don't line up.
All right, I'm down with that.
I am too.
Uh-huh.
Another good thing about it is corporations don't care about your health.
Yes.
So nobody's going to change anything.
Okay, then.
Just know that you're dying slowly.
Yeah. In other news, The Rock Show's new starting time tomorrow, 10:30.
10:30.
There you go.
Very good for us.
It's The Rock Show.
FMX.
Coming up, we will opt for some local music news instead of our rock news. This is AC/DC on The Rock Show, 94.5 FMX.
Your attention, please. This is The Rock Show on FMX.
It's The Rock Show, 94.5 FMX.
And instead of our regular rock news,
Yeah.
we're going to talk a little bit today about the festivities on Thursday.
Now, this is another Lubbock Walk of Fame inductee.
Now, this is pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
One of the inductees is Natalie Maines.
From the Dixie Chicks. What I'd like to see is somebody go along and grab some of that old video of the people in this town smashing Dixie Chicks CDs with a steamroller.
Right.
And see if any of those buttholes try to show up to this and support her.
Evidently, they are expecting it.
Oh, jeez.
That is what I'm here to tell you, my friend.
Yeah.
First off, the Wall of Fame ceremony will not be happening at the Wall of Fame.
Well,
Instead, they're going to put it in a controlled environment, the auditorium at Lubbock High School.
oh, well, that's cool. She went there.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
I went there with her.
But there will be searches. You are not allowed to bring backpacks or large bags, and if you have a small bag, you will be searched. If you do not agree to these terms, you will not be admitted.
Well, at least they're being proactive about the kind of buttholery that goes on in this town.
Lubbock,
And yes,
can we
that's a
act
word.
like we're not morons for one day? Can we not be backwards for one day? Because there are literally people out there that are saying, I'm mad at her because she said one thing one time and I don't remember what it is, but I know it'd make me mad if I remembered.
I know, people are just so stupid.
You know what? If you don't agree with her induction, just don't go.
Don't go, because trust me, there's really no one else going to be inducted that's worth your time and that you're going to want to see. Probably.
Yeah, well, let's just say that us neophytes don't know these people.
There you go.
Right.
The Rock Show.
Football.
Radio 1340 The Fan and 1340thefan.com.
I think it also bears mentioning on our website today some unbelievable photos of the Tech game.
Cool.
From our own Justin Masood.
Right.
And also things we learned in week 1 of the NFL.
Oh, we learned stuff?
We learned a few things, and you can find out all about them at KFMX.com.
I obviously didn't write that one.
FMX.
This is The Rock Show on FMX.
It's The Rock Show, 94.5 FMX.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Here to prove every cloud has a silver lining is the heathen.
Always look on the right side of life.
This is something for all the high school kids and parents at this time.
Okay, what's going on?
And being that it's football season, we'll talk about it in football terms.
Okay.
Of the more than 1 million kids that play high school football,
Right.
only 6.5% of them will play in college.
All right.
Of that number,
Right.
only 1.5% of those
Yes.
will ever go to the NFL. And of that number, only 0.5% of those students or players will actually play for more than like 2 years.
Wow.
Bright side is, at least you're getting those head injuries in nice and early during their developmental stage.
That is awesome news.
I know, right?
There you go. Get that concussion now while you can, kids.
Kids, hit them harder because this is the learning time for your brain.
You guys be awesome to each other. Have a great Monday. The Pain Man does it next. Super Tuesday with The Rock Show tomorrow morning.
The Rock Show.
We'd like to